What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna do a different video. I'm gonna show you guys how to back up a preacher. So I just found a random video of a guy preaching on YouTube of the music. So I'm going to show you the steps that I do when I'm backing up a preacher, and just probably play just a few minutes of it, and just to give you guys an idea of how the process works, and go from there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I'm about to start up. I do not know key. The guy's preaching and I have not attempted it. I'm watching it just so you guys are figuring it out. So we're gonna go ahead and press play, and I will just walk you through it as I'm doing it.
But grab your neighbor and shake somebody. Shake them and rock them. Rock them
Right
and
now,
shake
he's
them.
not in the key.
And tell them, neighbor, what does your bones do?
Sometimes it takes a minute
What's
to
in
make
your
that
bones?
change when they go into a key.
Is the devil in your bones? Is sex in your bones? Is drugs in your bones? I come to tell somebody, what's in your bones? Is it life or death?
That's the change.
In the power of your tongue. I wonder, is anybody tell your neighbor, I dare you to live and not die. I dare you to live and not die. You want to grab your neighbor and tell your good loving neighbor, I dare you now, off your Pentecostal side. Oh Lord, you want to look at your neighbor and shake your neighbor and ask your neighbor, are you living today? What's in your belly? I come to tell somebody, I got the Holy Ghost in my belly. Do I got any Kojic people in this place tonight that know he's all right? Is there anybody that can tell me I've been through hell and high water, but I made it out? I feel like preaching. Look at somebody.
You pay between the halves.
My God.
Now,
We'll make a way for you right now. Y'all ain't want to hear me preach. Do I got any Kojic people that know what I'm talking about? When you went down on your knees and you began to tarry all night long, and the mothers of the church would get down on their knees with you, and they will speak in your ear and say, baby, call them, call them. Come on, baby, call them. Is there somebody that got some dry bones that need to be released in your life? I dare you to grab somebody and tell them, neighbor, I want you to know that my God has given you breath in your body. I want you to know that my God brings the breath of life instead of death. You want to turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor, can you live right now? I feel like preaching. I gotta get out your way. I told you I wasn't gonna be long. Good night, children. Good evening, brothers. I got to close, but I need you to do something. I want you to grab somebody and tell them, neighbor, are you living for today? Are you living for right now? I want to see anybody under the sound of my voice that understood that when you went through something, the Lord made a way. I got it was nobody but my God that made a way. Shake somebody and tell them, neighbor, if I was you, I would open up my mouth, throw my hands up, and tell the Lord, yeah, I got on the side. Look at your neighbor and tell him that I made it out with my hands lifted. I made it out all right. I made it out victorious. The Bible says, oh ye deaf, where is thou sting? I want you to know that my God will make a way out of no way. Say yeah, say yeah. I gotta close, but before I take my seat, I want you to know, is it all right? I wish I was in a Baptist church. Oh Lord, if I was in a Baptist church, I would say he's a middle, he's a wheel, in the middle of the wheel. If I was in a Baptist church, I would say he's Abraham, bush on fire. If I was in a Baptist church, I would say he's Adam, vindicator. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Put on your neighbor and say, neighbor, if it had not been for the Lord on your side, where would you be? Shout glory. I gotta close. Y'all keep pushing. I'm trying to let you go. But something on the inside keeps stirring up. I heard somebody say, oh Lord, that if you play with him long enough, one of my first ladies said if you play with him.
Alright, so that's pretty much enough. But what I was doing is certain things he would do melodically with his runs, I would try to match and emulate. And basically, as you saw, I had just basic, I had all the extra instruments, the brass, and all the synth sound. I had that off because the main thing was just keeping it basic. Just trying to get a feel of what the preacher is doing, his style of preaching. And once you get that down, then okay, you can go ahead and crank up your sounds, whatever you want to do. And also you can get fancy because at first I kept it simple. I wasn't doing a lot of runs, a lot of fancy stuff. I just keep it simple. But once he cranks up, you crank up with him. At the very beginning, like you see, I don't know if you hear me through the music, but sometimes you have to wait a minute for them to get into a key, right? So once he got to the key, I don't know if you hear when I say there's a change, that's the change you listen for. Why when you hear that home key, or that home tone, that pitch, whatever, then you try to find on here. Like I said, it was F sharp, and I didn't play the whole clip because the whole clip is like 20-something minutes long. I'm not gonna play that long for you guys. Plus, I'm gonna be tired because, like I said, it's a lot of runs and stuff. I'm doing a lot of chords. It's gonna feel like I just played like a whole hour. But anyway, you just have to follow the preacher and just try to do your best to back them up, give them space. Like I said, I don't have any instruments besides myself. It's just me, no drums, no organ, no guitar. So sometimes that's the way you're gonna be. So you have to do as much as you can. Add some instruments, like layer it, like I just did. Have your own little sound set up to where you can give yourself as full as a band as possible and kind of help the preacher out. But anyway, that's how you back up the preacher. Like I said, those steps. First, like I said, wait for him to make that change, that you get into the key. So once you establish the key, and then I said, turn it down a little bit when you're trying to find the key. If you don't know exactly what key's in or the area, turn it on just a little bit. If you have the peck, go ahead and peck and find the key. Once you find the key, all right, stop pecking, go ahead. You shouldn't take but about 3 to 4 seconds to find that key. You take about 7 to 8 seconds. They're taking too long. People in the audience are like, they don't know what he's doing. But anyway, so try to find a key as quick as possible when you're playing. And then once you can find all that out, just go ahead and rip. Just let it go. Just play. And so just do the best you can and just practice some good music. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Just wanted to do just a little bit of that. If you guys like more, want to see more of these videos, You know, just leave a comment in the comment section. I say, if you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Till next time, I see you guys.